The lean, the lean, the lean, the lean blog, the lean blog, the lean.
What's up, everybody? It's me again, and it's time to lean in, bitch. It has been a minute since I have leaned in with y'all, but we back. It's a new show. We're not new, but our girls of Potomac are back, and my favorite girl, Miss Shells, is also back on the lean. Hey, Shells.
Hey, I was just coming up with a theme song for you while we waited. So I was thinking you could turn the living single into like "We Are Leaning, Lean Blog," ooh, like something like that.
Oh, what was that? Actually, hold on, child. My bad.
Your audio not
Okay.
working.
It had a technical difficulty, child. The damn audio was playing and twice. So anyway, that's fixed.
So you didn't get to hear my theme song?
What is it?
I said living single. We are leaning. Hey,
Hey.
lean blog. Ooh,
Ooh.
I don't know what the part after that. In the 2000s to 20 kind of world.
I'm
Something like
glad
that.
I got my heels. I don't know.
Something like that. I like
No.
it.
So we have a few people on right now. Zach is here. My
Hi,
friend
Zach.
my friend Brian is here, and people will probably
Hi,
join in. If not,
Brian.
they'll come back and they'll watch it too. But we will be interactive with who. If you have questions, please feel free to add them. I can actually add the question to the screen. So
Yes.
right. So Real Housewives of Potomac Shells. This is I know
Child.
I've been watching this show since the beginning. I remember when Karen had the little shifted little wig. Giselle had the little
Mm-hmm.
cheap little wig. It's always
Mm-hmm.
been, kind of whatever. But this is their fifth season. They have really elevated. I
Mm-hmm.
think you're newer to the show. I know you binge watched it recently, right? So everything is real fresh in your mind.
Fresh. I've
Okay.
watched it for the past 3 days. I started. No, I'm sorry. I'm lying. About a week. I started
Okay.
from season 1 all the way up to season 4.
Yeah.
And I have to say, the people are saying this is probably the best franchise.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't want to say because I love Housewives of Atlanta, but
Yeah.
this is a really good franchise.
Yes. I agree.
It's really good, and you do see the elevation and the transition of the glam
Mm-hmm.
from first season, like as all housewives show.
Of
First
course.
season, you probably doing your own makeup, or they probably hired in somebody that wasn't really up to
Yeah.
budget. Now they all look amazing.
Yeah, no, I agree. They
I
look
think they look
good.
great.
They've all come into their own. And then they have new girls from the beginning. You had
Mhm.
people like Katie and Sharice who are making appearances here and there, which we saw Sharice
Mhm.
tonight. But then you have new
Mhm.
girls. Candace has made her way. Monique has made her way. She came in, I think,
Mhm.
the third season, I believe, second season. I can't remember what season she came in. But
Mhm.
and then you have Wendy now. So the franchise is really good. It really gives me the authentic old Real Housewives of Atlanta,
Yes.
how he's the feel. But I feel like they're gonna remain. They're not gonna get to the point because we love Ro, we love Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're not
Mhm.
gonna diss them.
Mhm.
But I feel like they have lost a lot of the organicness.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And initially, Potomac, when they first came out, people didn't really like them because they said they felt like they were bougie, to be
Mhm.
black, and they had lighter skinned women on the cast. So
Mhm.
they were
Mhm.
not the first favorite, but they've made their way. They're here,
Mhm.
and we're here to
Mhm.
talk about it. So,
I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's get into it.
okay, so what's your overall thoughts of the whole episode? Like, just based off this overall thoughts, and then we'll get into some segments and stuff like that.
You know what? I feel like the episode it was good,
Yeah,
but like I told you before, I sneaked episode 2
yeah,
on Bravo
mm-hmm,
TV, and it's better.
mm-hmm,
I felt like it was a great introduction. We got to see everybody
mm-hmm.
again, and I was here for that. But I feel like Bravo, it's a build up. I feel like the
Yeah,
episode was good,
yeah,
but it wasn't like, oh my God. I'm waiting for like the progression of the other seasons, but it was so good to see everybody again. But I can say from the first episode, Child, Candace and Giselle just already was kind of like having a little confrontation. Well, while they at the bakery, and I was just like, "Damn, we only
that
been
took me
watching it
back. I had to
10."
rewind, and I was like, "Wait a minute, did they just get into it?"
Yeah.
Because it was so casual. They were eating cake, and then all of a sudden she said something about the house. She said something about her house, and I was just like, "Wait a minute,
Mhm.
what?
Mhm.
What?" I agree,
And I'm 10 minutes into the show.
but I like it. I like it. It wasn't
Yeah.
like not. It wasn't too nasty, and I think I didn't honestly. I forgot that they had a little beef. I know they were beefing when the first season Candace joined, but I forgot that they had their little tension. They
Mhm.
showed the
Mhm.
tweets and the Instagram post. So I was like, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Like now I see where this is going. But let's just talk about that scene. Let's talk about that scene. So okay, she basically Candace is getting ready for her 1 year anniversary party.
Which is over. It's a lot.
Denim and
I've never
diamonds.
seen that before.
Denim and diamonds. I had to wear some denim and diamonds because nobody at that party had none on.
Nobody.
But we're gonna talk about that too. But she's having her event, and she invited Giselle. I was surprised that I would have thought it would have been Monique or Karen to come have
Mhm.
that with her.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and like you said, they just kind of went to the left. So she obviously ain't fooling with what's her name, Ashley, and then Giselle. Do you feel like? Because Giselle feels like Candace doesn't listen. They all feel like some people feel like she don't listen. What do you feel about the
Mhm.
tension between them two and just how it escalated and how basically Giselle feels like Candace just kind of goes too low when it comes to shade?
You know what? I have my feelings about Candace. I really actually kind of do like Candace.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in some scenarios she doesn't own what she says,
Mm-hmm.
but I can say that she's not a liar.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times you catch the girls up and they'll be like, "I said that. When I said that,"
Mm-hmm.
Candace will be like, "No, what I said was
Mm-hmm.
this and this and that." And from the previous seasons, I felt like they were very dismissive to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, she cries a lot. Like, yes, she has stuff going on, but I felt like every time she brought something to the table, nobody's really listening.
Yeah.
They kind of looked away. So Giselle included. So I did find it kind of strange that Giselle and Candace went to go, meet up and eat lunch, but
Mm-hmm.
that's probably some producer stuff. You know how
Yeah.
they do that. You know how that go. But I didn't think that they had any issues at all. From
Right.
what I can remember and what I've seen on Instagram, like they've kind of all been hanging out.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So I was just confused on how they kind of like got into it when typically they really aren't the two people that usually go out. It's usually Candace and Monique and Candace and Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of taken back by that.
They have always looked at Candace as a young little girl, and I think that is, and amongst this group you have Karen, who's much older, but that's her favorite best friend, and the
I
rest.
love Karen. That's my best friend.
Karen is the grand dame. Um, and like the rest of the girls, like they're not too much older, but they're older than her. She's younger,
Hmm.
so I get that. But this is her third season. I think honestly, I think she has made her way within this
Me too.
group. So I would hope that moving forward they would give her that little respect that I feel like she's trying to get from them. Because I think
Hmm.
if they really truly respected her in that way, then she
Hmm.
probably wouldn't be so yeah. And to my defense, Giselle is a person that she's kind of similar to Candace, but Giselle does not own her shade, and
Hmm.
she always finds a way to justify what she did versus just saying, I shouldn't have did that, blah blah. And
Hmm.
now she's saying
Hmm.
that about Candace, and that's what I really can't get with because I'm like, Giselle, you've been doing this since season one. Now
Absolutely.
you finally met somebody that really can read you your rights outside of Karen,
Hmm.
and now
Hmm.
you're acting like it's just the worst thing. Because you remember if you watched, I think her first season, Candace, remember they got into it and she was like, "I see you with your arm fatigue on." Remember that?
Yes. Yes.
Exactly, and that was the
Yes.
first time Giselle had really got like put in her place by
Hmm.
somebody that was
Hmm.
Candace. Because Karen
Hmm.
really, she don't take Karen seriously, child. She really can get under Karen's skin. So
Yeah.
I thought it was good, and I mean, fast forward to Candace's event. Candace brought it back up. Do you think that was the right time to have the conversation again?
No,
Okay.
these girls love a rehash.
Yeah.
These girls were rehashed,
Yeah.
hash browns, okay?
Okay.
This is real hash of Potomac because they will hash something
Not real
out
hash.
every time. It's real hash of Potomac. Every time you watch this show, they rehashing something that they talked about.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like these group of girls never really get over things.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can cut up and do a montage of how many times they say that just hurt my feelings. It
Yeah.
hurt my feelings that I think that I was just hurt by it. Like
Yeah.
everybody's just so hurt. And at your party, Giselle never knows the right time to bring something up because remember at Robin's
Oh yeah.
house
Yeah.
opening, whatever, for the house that she flipped, she came right in the door and got at Monique. So of course she was gonna get at Candace's party.
But I feel
So
like Candace kind of initiated that a little bit. She was kind of like, "Are you?"
she
She was saying like, "You seem kind of like tense. Like, what's going on?" I thought we talked
she
about it.
didn't seem tense to me.
Yeah.
The only time you seen tense is when she introduced her to Wendy.
Yeah.
But Giselle's like that. She meet people. She is very stank.
Yeah.
Like she was just like nice to meet you and like leaned in and like leaned out and like gave
Mm-hmm.
her really nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what kind of gave Candace the ammunition to kind of see like what was wrong with her. But still, Giselle's gonna stir the pot at anybody event is what I'm trying to say.
And I feel like now she's trying to take this holding it down role or trying to like act like she's above the mess. But for 5 seasons, girl, you've been in the mess. Like you've been putting on outfits as men and delivering pizza, doing all type of stuff, and now it's just like somebody's just doing you so wrong. I don't like stuff like that.
Because she back with that pastor, so now her little tagline's talking about most anointed. Girl, you
Oh,
ain't
child,
nobody first
please.
lady. You have no first lady qualifications. So that's why she trying to put on that full armor of God now. Cause she back with that little husband who the kids don't like. But we'll get into that
That's
at
okay,
another
and
time because that is very weird to me. Why
that
them
is
kids don't like that?
very weird. And
I have never seen that before.
that's you know what? I think Giselle has overexposed them to the situation. You know? And so now they
Mm-hmm.
have that hate that she once had. And it's unfortunate, but it's really her fault. So because I
Mm-hmm.
feel like what they were saying, it seemed like it was real. I don't think kids are making it up. They were saying that they'll call me, he'll call us, and then call you to say that he called us. I'm thinking like, well, Dad, that's kind of messed up. Like, what child wants to feel like, okay, baby, I called the kids. We like, who wants to feel like
Right,
that?
right, right.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing I said. But before we get into that part, they showed her tacky ass house. Ooh, that house was so
Okay, that she gonna say
tacky.
I want glam and pop. I was like, girl, this couch is not glam. It's just it was very tacky actually.
But
Even
Giselle's tacky though, low key.
yeah, she just ain't right. I don't know. I would have thought by now she would have found her way, but she's still a little tacky lady to me. To be honest, like
Mhm,
she's
mhm,
she's beautiful, but
mhm.
like the attire and just her whole aura is not very glam. It's
No,
nothing glam about her. And when she tried to put a point that her house was gonna be like nice, I was just like, girl, they literally zoomed in on the worst room in the house. I feel like
the worst one,
that
that
was the worst
purple
room.
room.
It was that couch was ugly. That
I
couch
said, what in the
was
psychedelic mess? This is a house from like 1975. It was nasty. It
right.
was a mess.
It had a white
It was so
kitchen, a white
ugly.
refrigerator. I think I don't know. I think I'm gonna go back and look.
She had a white refrigerator.
I gotta go back and look. I don't know. But Brian said that he said that white kitchen. I don't. I went back and saw it because I was like, this they showing on here. But the shade is that when
It was very
she said
shady.
glamorous and they showed the least glamorous thing in the house. I will
It was
say,
so
and
ugly. It
then
was
she
so
was like, I
ugly. I
got a
was cracking up.
she like I got a two story master bedroom. I was like, well, let me see. That's really what I wanted to see. Because ever since
Hmm.
our girl Toya, I mean, many girls ain't been able to touch no stories of levels of closets and stuff. So I wanted to see
Absolutely
that.
not.
But yeah, the house, and then she back with her ex husband. What you think about that? All these
I
seasons, she done talked about this man, and now y'all back together.
Well, he used to date Tweet. I know that about him. He used to date the singer Tweet, and they broke up maybe like a couple years ago. So I can see how he probably the one. You know what? It's probably one of them situations where it's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
Like even though they divorced,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably easier for them to come together. But
Yep.
I think she's doing it because she's older and
Mm-hmm.
I think she's a total nutcase probably in real life, and
Yeah.
he's the only one that probably can handle her craziness. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
here for it. I feel like
It seems
she can go
forced.
find somebody else. Absolutely, it does.
It seems very forced. It seems like she's just trying to keep because everybody else on the show honestly has a husband or a husband, and she's the only one
Hmm.
that doesn't. Well, sorry, no, we don't, because Robin ain't got no husband. Let's talk about that.
Her husband,
Oh,
Robin husband,
child.
Juan.
Now I love Juan. Juan is very attractive and whatever. He seems very nice,
Juan is
but
attractive.
I don't know what is going on with that. But 5 years now later, and y'all, he still ain't saying let's like why y'all not at the altar.
But remember, previous season, she swore to God it was her. It's not him. It's me. He want to be married. Remember, she kept saying all the other seasons, he want to be married. He want to be married. It's me. I just don't. He cheated. I just don't know what I want to do. Well, it looks like he don't want to marry you because we can't tell.
Yeah, it's like this gonna be a storyline every season. One figuring out what he want to do.
Well, she boring, so I can imagine she
I
needs
used to really
something.
love Robin. Honestly, I really like. I thought she seemed to be like the most down to earth person. But then when she
She,
clung to
she's
Giselle.
broke. You got to be down to earth when you broke. She
Ooh,
is the brokest person.
she is, and she hides it a little bit somewhere. Not in the house because that house is small. The kitchen was damn. I mean, the kitchen was the living room. It was. I mean.
Yeah.
um,
Child, then she moved from here to there to a bigger space. I said, damn, how small was the last
I
one?
just don't know what to say about them, but I really like one. I think one is very attractive, and if he's ready
He
to get
is.
me, well, I can't marry him because I'm in a relationship. But if I wasn't in one, I would have been ready for one.
Well, you know what? Juan ain't ready for nobody. And you know
That's
what the
true.
thing is? Robin at her big age. I mean, I like Robin, but she just seemed like she's still figuring herself out.
Yeah,
It's real estate, it's PR. You know what I'm saying? Like she just still seems
yeah,
she don't know what she going on with wine. She just doesn't seem like solid in her efforts of anything. So I could see how everything is out of place with her because
yeah.
there's nothing that's like really together in her life at all but them kids.
Yeah, I mean, and they so cute. Them kids look just like a mixture of them, especially the little bitty one that when he didn't
Hmm.
want to do his homework or something. He was so cute.
They kind of be talking back too. I ain't like that,
And
but
oh,
anyway.
Zach said, and she's renting. She is renting.
Ooh, how she need this show. She better not ever leave this
But this
show.
is 5 years. 5 years. She's probably the least elevated person on the cast right now. I don't think that honestly she lost more than she gained. She took her hair down. She used to wear long hair at first. I feel like
Mhm.
then she
Mhm.
yeah.
I just knew when they opened up this season, she was gonna come back with a different house. Child, she's still
To
living
that
that
same
house.
kitchen. I think she lived next door. She gotta live next door. Cause that's the I know I got the same Granny Candace house right here. I'm just like, okay.
But yeah, Robin is the realest though. She don't really play around unless she get around Giselle and then she start acting a little follow the leader. But other than that, she
Very
pretty
that.
much she's who she is. Like she gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah. Miss Ashley, she's
I don't like Ashley. I don't like Ashley at all.
I don't think anybody likes Ashley. I think she's
Mm-mm.
probably the least favorite cast member. But she's very messy. I think she really got a hand into her last season because the same
Mhm.
thing she was doing to people, it came back onto her. But this husband, I've always felt like she's with him for the money.
Of course.
She's with him like she gonna put up whatever he put out because she know at the end of the day if she stay for however long she need to stay she gonna be paid a good lump sum and
And I knew that because her and her mother are very trailer park. So they look
yeah
like they came up. They give me very
that mama is
trailer
very
park, trailer trash. So it looked like she
yes
came up on a
that mama look like she
situation.
was definitely either on Maury or Jerry Springer back in the day she was one of the vintage shows because she is hood.
So they came up. So they came up. So they willing to do whatever, like you said, the prenup, the baby, all of that stuff. Because Ashley said she did not come from money,
Yeah,
and her mother looked like it.
yeah.
Ashley just looked a little bit more put together.
hmm
That damn
she's
daddy. She
just
went to see that
pretty.
daddy.
That's she got a nice little pretty face, child. She's real basic
Hmm.
still. She's really ain't
She is.
That's it. And her and Candace, I don't think this will ever be squashed. I don't think it should be. Uh, but
Ashley one brought Candace onto the show. Like that was like her pageant
they
friend.
were, they were
But
friends.
you know what? Candace was way too invested in her pregnancy. And I love Candace, but I think she was just like too in it, like too damn in it.
I think she was just in the whole petty mode. I think she was so focused on being petty and just because I think Candace is the type of person that when you do something to her, she's gonna make sure she gets you back, and she don't really care. But
Like Miss Dorothy, like her mama.
oh Lord, her mama. I'm still laughing at her get hit with that purse. I can just see it happening because I love
Hmm.
Candace, but when I saw that last season, I was like, this is hilarious. Like her mama hitting her with a purse.
This is how I did it. I had my arms up
She said she ran into
and
the purse.
she ran into the purse, Andy.
She be like Candace, Candace.
I don't know, Candace.
Okay, so
Chris is cute too.
I love Chris. I've always
Me
loved
too.
Chris. Even
Me
she
too.
said his big penis. I want to see. Uh,
But I'm sorry, we was talking about Ashley. We getting off course. So Monique went to meet up with
she
Ashley.
did. She did. She
And
did.
I want to talk about that for a second. You know, you can give your thoughts,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I feel away. I don't think Monique really likes Candace.
Mhm.
I don't care how much that girl cried. Say my sister,
Mhm.
she has some sort of hidden disdain for Candace.
Yeah.
Anytime she get around Ashley to talk about Candace,
Very fake.
negative, she will. I was done with Monique shit with Candace when she showed them text messages. Like that's such a violation to me.
Yeah.
She was like basically trying to get herself out of it. Well, look what I don't like when people gloat about someone's misery. Look what Candace said. Like, because it's your little sister, y'all was supposed to be the
Exactly.
closest. And anytime she gets a sniff under Ashley's vagina, like she will. And I don't like.
And that's
I don't get.
crazy because they just made up last season. Because Monique felt the way about Ashley because Ashley was all in. What was she into? She was. That's what she
Well,
was.
they both had miscarriages,
Yeah. Oh yes.
so that's
Exactly.
where their connection is.
Yeah, I don't. I didn't like that she was sitting there kicking with Ashley. It's crazy to me because she was like really kicking and like if I do not like somebody and let's say you friends with them, if I do trash them, I would hope that the other person be like, well, we're not gonna do that. Let's just talk about something. I know it's a show, but when you
Mhm.
kiki and snicker, you are the problem. You always get the one that laughs. You
Mhm.
and to me, Monique is just as guilty. So I'm curious to know how they really get on this bad track. Um, but I didn't like that. I didn't really care for it either. I was just like, cause I liked Monique a lot at the beginning, but she seems very condescending. Even when she's making
Mhm.
comments about Karen's house, like you can tell she feels of a much like superior compared to the girls.
Absolutely.
She feels
Absolutely
that
she
way,
does.
and honestly, like it was okay at first because she was into it with Giselle, but now it's like it's just everybody. Like I feel like she's not really one faced with one person with everybody. She's two faced with everybody.
No, she's not.
So
She's
and
not.
Candace, I don't think they friends. Like I don't think they friends.
Well, we gonna see because that police report or whatever that was, that lawsuit from that fight,
Yeah,
that shows it all.
yeah.
Cause can't Monique try to act like she's so above, but when it's time to fight and get in somebody's face, she will. From what I seen in the preview, she flicked Candace's hair. I said, "Oh,
I
that's
already saw that.
fighting."
I can't wait. When we do the episode, we got to do make sure you do this together because I cannot wait. I saw that in the
Me
preview a long
too.
time ago because I'm just like, you know what? Hold on. Zach says, but if you accuse me of driving while drunk and crashing, we will never be friends. That's
Absolutely.
that's what happened. I was like, what happened? Message you.
Absolutely. So how was she able to forgive that? But Candace hasn't really done anything to her, and she just has this like this animosity towards Candace. Like Candace doesn't own it. She goes off. She does that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are personality flaws
Mm-hmm.
that like obviously she needs to work on. But Candace has never done anything to you.
No.
Ashley has done something to you,
Yeah. That's true.
and you look in her vagina every episode. I don't even understand it.
Mm-mm. I don't really like it, and I'm curious to see what happens. But I like Candace. I liked her from the beginning. I think she
Too.
has like young, fresh energy that a lot of these shows are missing. She's
Mhm.
really that young girl that comes to the show that all the women look at like, oh, she's just a child, but she holds her own. I do. She has
Mhm.
moments where it's like not the most likable because
Mhm.
she can be a little like rah rah rah, but she
She's
holds her
very
own.
reactional,
She
reactional and
is.
emotional.
She
Mhm.
is. But she make sure that you're not gonna run over her, and that's what I like about this show because before her, those other girls will be very fake about stuff. I feel like they never really would address, but
Mhm.
she's always put it out how she felt when it happens or later. Like you said, she never lies.
And thing I can say about Candace, Candace will always give you fashions. Aside from them
Young
denim boots,
energy. That's what I'm saying. Young energy.
aside from them denim boots at her denim party with that dress, Candace usually gives fashion, and I love it. Like Candace's look on like I
She
think Candace is a pretty girl,
is. She's
and
pretty.
she always gives a good fashion look, and I love that.
Yeah.
But them denim boots, honey, I didn't even. I was like, what?
No. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and go see this event because that's like the bulk of the rest of it anyway. The event is Denim and Diamonds, child. I
Mhm.
saw maybe two denims and three diamonds at the whole event. So I had to put on, like I said, me some denim and a little diamond because that event was lacking. People had on red, plaid, cheetah, everything but denim and diamond. I would, if first of all, I know she went on a little bit on Giselle. I would have, because if you know my event, I'd be like, what you got on? What event you going to?
And you know what I thought was so crazy about the event was when did Sharice and Candace know each other, introduce each other, and meet?
That was, Monique said, no, who said, not Monique. Robin said that. That's interesting. That's very
She was
interesting.
there. It was so
And
random.
she was and like they did her so dirty. It was like, oh Sharice, hey, then it was that was it.
Chad, they kept talking about that cash bar because it was an open bar. They kept shading the hell out of that.
That was the
But
like.
I personally think Candace might have invited Sharice at like to get at Monique because Monique and Sharice don't get along.
You think so? They
That's what,
but they had a
or
moment.
some sort of Monique. No, remember Monique was like moving around. She was like, I don't have to speak or whatever she said about Sharice because Sharice and Monique do not
Maybe
get along
that
at all.
maybe that may be the reason why they fall out. Something with
Oh,
Sharice because
maybe.
they did make it a point to Monique says that she didn't really care for when she started running around,
Mhm.
Maybe that
Mhm.
I didn't know that because Sharice came back at season 3, I believe. Remember when
But
her?
remember, Sharice came to the reunion and her and Monique was going back and forth, and they never really squashed it. She was like, "I'm good." Remember, she was like,
Mm,
Monique was like, "I'm good."
yeah. No, I remember. I remember when Sharice took a break and she came back as a full time person. That's when her and Karen like
Mhm.
fell out on that boat. I remember that too.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
don't know. Like I never really cared for Cha Cha, Sharice, whatever.
I liked Sharice with her
Mm-mm.
little voice.
No, I didn't. I thought she really thought she was better than everybody. She was giving me new version of Deshaun Snow, sitting in her house getting her makeup done, but for what? I didn't really care
She
for it.
didn't. Yeah, she had her moments. I felt like she was a genuine friend to Monique, but then she let them green eye bandits get in her ear
Yeah,
about
yeah.
taking her contacts, which I don't think Monique was doing because somebody on Twitter that actually is from that area
Hmm.
said like Monique and her husband are like well known and
Yeah,
well established and already without them. So
yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
So at the event, now this is what gagged me. Karen knows Wendy, so there's a new person, Wendy, right? She's Candace's
Mhm.
friend. I like that she's extending the circle because to me that brings a little longevity to her because
Mhm.
she's keeping it
Mhm.
up and she has a not a peach, a wine glass or a wine flute, whatever they have. But
Mhm.
Karen says she don't care for Wendy.
She's not impressed.
She's not impressed. And I was like, now how this gonna work? Because Candace really likes you, Karen, but you don't really care for her friend. But I don't know how close her and Wendy are.
That's not Karen's nature, though.
That
Karen is
is
not
very in her
usually the part
nature.
to not like somebody off the bat.
Yeah, no, no, I'm saying I agree. That's not really her. That's the most
Oh yeah,
Giselle or
yeah,
somebody
yeah.
else.
Yes, yes. Like Karen will be like, she's a nice girl. Like
Mm-hmm.
we'll see, you know. But she did say she sat on panels with Wendy. She's like, I've sat on panels with Wendy before. So maybe they energy or maybe something happened that we don't really know
Yeah,
about. But Karen is not really here for her. I don't know if I'm really for Wendy yet either. To keep it real, so I gotta see. I don't have no really opinion on her.
I don't either. I'm just excited to see her go at it with Ashley because anytime somebody go at Ashley, I'm always excited.
Me
So,
too. Me
and then
too.
she's also a doctor, and I'm a doctor. So I was just when she said
What?
address me as doctor, I was like, that's me. So
As
I
you
like
should.
Wendy this much right now, because I don't really know her, but I think we would like her more. I think she seems okay. She didn't come off like as many of the other girls on Housewives shows where they come out very strong. She came out very like, hey, I'm Wendy.
Yeah, but then her Monique and Monique was being fake. So I'm 35%
Monique was being
Nigerian. I
very
said,
fake. I was like, Monique, are you? What are you trying to do? Like, it. But I saw Wendy sitting there a little bit while Monique was quote unquote dragging Candace or whatever happens, you know. So I don't really know. Like
I
she
don't
was
know
just like
either.
looking. So I don't know. I'm not like Wendy too much because if I ain't gonna let my friend sit there and get beat up,
It looked like she let her get beat up.
it looked like she let her get beat up, but I don't like that. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
What else happened at that event? We talked.
Karen Huger home.
Huh?
Karen Huger also has a new home. She back in
Karen
Potomac.
got a new home. She mentioned at the party that her and she kind of alluded to that they weren't doing well, and we kind of see
Oh, and
previews.
baby, on episode 2, you gonna see.
That's weird. They had a rift in one of these previous seasons too, so I'm not surprised. But I don't know. I'm curious to know like what's going on with them. Cause
Yeah.
that fragrance is selling, but I mean it ain't like breaking records, so she can't be
No,
gone
it's
that
not.
much.
No, but you'll see. I don't want to give the second episode, but yeah, you'll see. It's like it gets worse.
Oh, wait a minute. So we got some exclusive tea. Let me lean in real quick. My friend Derek says Candace and Karen are going to fall out. Candace talked about it on her live last night.
What?
That's scary, child.
I like their dynamic. I thought it was very like mother, like the mother dynamic she didn't get with her actual mom.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting because it seems like all the girls fall out with Monique because of the fight. So the season, I don't know. This gonna be a really good season.
Yeah, it is. I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. I thought it was a good little introduction episode
It
though.
was.
Nothing really like shot out at me though,
Yeah,
like made me be like, oh my God. It was just like,
yeah.
okay, I'm waiting for things to heat up.
Yeah, and I think it's coming. Like it was a good start. You know, like a little drama here and there. You can see what's going a little few things are gonna happen, but I don't know. I'm ready, but I just I am a Candace fan stan, um, and she might be joining the league sometime soon. I don't know. But but yeah, I like not even because of that. Like I really enjoy energy and the whole cast. Like
Me
I love
too.
the whole cast. Like The only person I really just do not care for is really Ashley, and that's because like of what she did all those previous seasons, and
What she did with to Katie was so disgusting to me.
yeah, but
Like she
Katie
basically kicked her while she was down.
she did, and but Katie came back. I didn't love Katie, but I kind of liked her enough to be like whatever. But when she clapped back at her last season, I thought it was well deserved.
I do too, but I didn't like she told her like you're not mentally strong enough to be in this group, and Katie
Oh,
was
that was
like,
low. That was low.
yeah,
That
she
was
was
very
like,
low.
I'm not, and I was like, oh, this is sad because that
That was
girl's going
very
through a lot of
sad.
stuff. That's why I say Ashley is so trailer trash to me, and she's just like a piece of shit. That's how I look at her.
But I
Like
think
I don't like Ashley at all.
and that's why I get glory out of seeing what happens to her because she brought it up on herself. She was in everybody's
Mhm.
business for all these seasons, and now everybody's in her business and whatever she got going on. Her husband,
And now Michael,
Michael's about to do some more stuff again, which she probably gonna be there for another season. I feel like her storyline every season is for her to be in the girl's business and her husband to do stuff because he didn't
hmm
touch on men's booties. He didn't did something, whatever. He's
not
just
touched on men's
touched on
booty.
men's booties, child.
And he's like such a prick too. Like whenever you ask him anything, he got that arrogant attitude. Like
And that
I
son
ain't like
just
that about
looked just
him.
like him. And that son, just I don't talk about children. He looked just like his father.
And that's just all we gonna say about it. Cause coffee and love, some.
But
You know her little song, "Coffee and Love." I don't know the words to it, but
there is new music. There's new music out from what's her name, Monique too. Monique got a new song out. I listened to it, and there's
I know she ain't rapping.
it was called Drag Queen. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Zach said Dennis with a bow. Definitely Dennis with a
Dennis
bow.
with a bow. Exactly. Dennis with a bow. That's exactly what that baby is.
Oh, my bad. My
Michael with a collar.
But yeah, I think we covered everything. I think that was it.
I do
Like I said,
too.
overall, it was a good, solid intro. I'm gonna watch this. What you said, I'm gonna watch this so I can go ahead and be leaned in a little early. But
I'm gonna send you the link because baby, the second episode is you gonna lean in on that one.
ooh, okay. Are you gonna come back?
Yeah.
You gonna come back to lean in with me?
Oh yeah, we can see. Check my
I said we
schedule.
gonna see. Y'all Shelby busy, child. But if she don't, I'll be back. If anybody else wants to lean in, I'm always open for guests.
Yeah, send an email to guest at leaninblog.com at
Child.
gmail dot
Just hit me
com.
up on IG. No, stupid YTs. That's who you can find me.
And you have to go. Aren't you about to get on the plane?
I leave in the morning.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to leave right
No,
now.
I
And
leave.
I have to go to lunch, a
Okay.
lunch date.
Go to lunch. We're going to get up with y'all later. Thank y'all for leaning in. We about to
Thank
lean
y'all.
out. You can find, well, Shell and on Instagram right now. But if she was, what's your IG and
Twitter.
Twitter? Well, what's your
You
Twitter,
can
Shell?
follow me on Twitter at bombshell with an underscore at the end. B0MBCHELL underscore.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for leaning in.
Thank you
We're going to see y'all
guys.
later. And we about to get out of here. Bye-bye.
Bye.